everyone, Ham here. I have been baking for 2 days, and I'm gonna be making, it's just the cutting board, no meat. Making pies. So I made a big one yesterday, but I used too much filling, or I made too much filling, so I'm gonna make some mini pies too. Sorry, I'm just walking to a better location. Ba ba da ba 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 ba. My kid loves blueberry pie. It's funny, my kid likes things that I didn't like when I was a kid. Like I would have liked like cream pie. Like I would have never eaten fruit pie, but my kid likes the weirdest things. I mean, not weird, but like things like I wouldn't, like not I don't know, like just like a typical kid in 2019 would be like throw up if they had blueberry pie. I feel like. Anyway, so today's video is just a, why am I like looking over here? Okay, sorry, I'm getting used to this landscape. Oh, and by the way, I now have the option to make my own thumbnails from like pictures. So I will be updating most of my video thumbnails because they're absolutely ridiculous. Even though I like it like that, it's very rustic and I like rustic. So I actually make very good pie crust. I'm very like, I like really follow like how to make a good pie crust. I don't know. I got this recipe for blueberry pie and I make a really, I think I'm good at pie. I think I'm a good pie person. Call me for your holiday needs. So anyway, today's video is essentially just about that. Why it's important to continue to cook for your family and bake for your family and create recipes that you can pass down from generation to generation, right? In 2019, we've lost a lot of socialization, we've lost a lot of culture. Everything's kind of really melded together in a big way, right? The only time we get home cooked meals is maybe from mom or grandma. And not to say we don't cook ourselves, but do we create new recipes? Do we create do we do trial and error and like perfect something that you can make time and time again to pass down to your kids, or just to like have something that like, oh, I know when mom makes that, that's her specialty or whatever. I think today, I know I've made a video kind of loosely based on this, but we're in a very fast society. It's a lot of fast food, fast meals, quick this, quick that, and I think through generations, a lot of that. I mean, like throughout the years, like that's always been busy families, everything's always needing to be quick. But, like for instance, I'm trying to break that mold a little bit. I like creating, I like engineering, I like art, I like baking, cooking. So I've taken it upon myself to try to um, keep up with some traditions, regarding cooking and baking and stuff. So why is it important to do stuff like that? One, home cooked meals are always going to be healthier, even if you're using fat and calories. You know what's going into it. You put your love and energy into it, and it gives you something to do and a sense of accomplishment, right? Two, it shows your family that you care. It shows your family that you're willing to, take the time to love on them and to do that kind of stuff. And even if they don't seem like they're appreciating it at that moment, trust me, as time goes on and through their life, they will always remember those moments where like, mom made her famous this, or like mom used to always cook me breakfast, mom used to always cook me dinner. So like I really try to cook breakfast. I try to like cook or prepare something for my kids' lunch. It's not all just like packaged crap. Um, and but trust me, there's time in the day to do things like this. You could prep early, you could prep late. You don't always have to be on your phone or watching TV, or do it at the same time. Put on a YouTube video like this one and like, make some dinner. And you know what? Start, and like, which is something I need to do myself, but like start writing down recipes, like things that you've made that taste so good so that you can make them again. And keep trying. And like there's so many videos on YouTube on like how to make things like step by step if you're not a good cook. If you have a hard time following a recipe in a cookbook, sometimes a visual for people makes it a little bit easier so you can kind of see what's going on. It's so much healthier. It's so much I don't know, it just like it creates that kind of that family bond, that family unit. It kind of like seals it together, in my opinion. I remember things that like my grandmothers used to make, and my mom is a hell of a cook, like should be in a restaurant, like 4-star Michelin chef, that one. So, and my dad's a good cook too. So I always grew up eating really well, mostly all home cooked meals. Went out for occasions, birthdays, did good in the school play, things like that. But for the most part, oh, see all that pie? Settling right here. All that extra pie crust I was eating last night. Licking it off my fingers. um, yeah, so I think it's like, it's important. Like, don't get rid of the culture. Don't get rid of traditions. Like, those are the type of traditions that, like, need to be passed down and need to be continued. Like, why stop cooking? Like, soon we're all just gonna be eating McDonald's? No. Make things, even if they're not perfect. I make dinner almost, anytime I have my kid, I'm generally cooking dinner and preparing something. It's not like a quick, sometimes it's quick. No one's perfect, and that happens. But even if it doesn't taste like the best, it gets people used to like tolerance. What if you're going to eat over somebody's house? It gets you used to like new flavors, even if they're not perfectly blended and marinated and seasoned. And really, it's that tolerance, like tolerating things that aren't what you expected, or to like 10 5-star rating, um, and the biggest thing is it shows love, it shows you care. How much money does it take, and effort and time, and like it really takes a lot of preparation and like paying attention. And it's like it shows that you're thinking about somebody, or thinking about your family and the love you have for them, or your friends, or your significant other, or your little puppy dog. Some people cook for their animals. But yeah, I just while I was sitting here, like I made too much filling for the blueberry pie, so I was like, okay, obviously it might be a little less sweet because the sugar was distributed throughout the extra pie filling, but that's fine. A little less sugar isn't bad for you. But I had extra blueberries now that I already like mixed up. So I'm like, you know what? Let me make extra crust and like give them out like mini pies. I got these like mini pie presses from Bed Bath and Beyond. I love that place. And yeah, I'm just gonna have some mini ones made just for like extra fun, and just like, and it like creates memories, honestly. Like, do you remember your parents cooking, or like special meals you've had from grandma or somebody? If we were all lucky enough to have parents that cooked, or grandparents that cooked. But like, when my kid comes home from school, they're gonna see a big pie and a bunch of mini pies, and like that's gonna be remembered. Like, mom took the time to make my favorite pie, and she made it in 20 different ways. And it's like a bonding moment too. And like, I let my kid help with a lot of it, not the pie crust, because the warm little baby hands heating up that butter can't have it. They poured the blueberries into the pie. Yes, good. But the other night I had them help me with an entire dinner, roasting eggplant and frying pork chops. And they helped me egg the meat and flour everything and brush the olive oil on the eggplant. It was a good, fatty, delicious meal. Just like my face. Just kidding. So yeah, so those kinds of things, it brings skills and confidence in kids when they help you. Um, and like, I'm one of those parents that's like, don't jump off of that. Like, I'm so afraid for them to get hurt. But really, I'm not letting them build those skills that are necessary for like being more sure-footed and whatever. So I'm learning to let go. And one of the biggest ways I'm doing that is in the kitchen. Like, no, you're going to scramble your eggs and everything. Just don't fall face first into the flame. All jokes, all jokes. But anyway, keep cooking for your family. Write down recipes. Make things up. Like, there was a couple meals I made that were so freaking good. One in which that me and my kid literally just ate it with our hands. It was like soup, and like we just like, oh, I can't even use a fork. Did I write it down? Of course not. Will I ever make it again? I'm gonna try. I made it twice, but first time was always the best. Anyway, so create those memories, create that bonding, and seal in that love that you have for your kid, and have your kid continue to, then they could pass it down to their kids or whoever they're living their life with as they get older. And they can show off to their friends and be like, my mom cooks for me. Your mom doesn't. I'm just kidding. Dads too. Dads, you gotta cook. Barbecue, whatever you're good at. Okay? Create those memories. Create that love in the house. Food is love. Biggest thing. Food is love. So, I love you. You look really beautiful today. You look stunning. And you have a beautiful smile. And I hope that you kill your job interview today. Because you will. Okay, bye.